Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A long time ago, I realized that there are many educators or people who graduated college who got into education, got maybe a master's degree in education, maybe there are some associate professors to certain universities, colleges, or have a PhD and so on. And these professors, they are called upon by certain kind of news outlets when they say something that fits the narrative. And when they're presented to us, they're presented as experts, okay? Because their field of expertise might be this or might be that. Now, it doesn't mean that an expert is an objective researcher. A scientist, political science is going to just look in on the matter without any, skewed views on the matter, having preferences and likes and dislikes. Therefore, when you hear Fox News use an expert, and the expert is going to parrot whatever Fox News or whatever the anchor wants. That's why he invites that person, because it reads a paper that he just issued or made a case. The same with CNN, the same thing with any other, including the new Voice of Ukraine. So they are going to use experts, just the experts that would fit the narrative. In this case, we have an expert who's going to bring his assessment on Ukraine needing security guarantees from the West against Russia. Now, you don't have to be a PhD or a Nobel laureate to realize that a security guarantee provided by, let's say, United States, and they mention United Kingdom and possibly Poland, means that what? If the Russians continue to aggress Ukraine, these guys are going to come and intervene or something? I mean, I read the whole article, I just looked through it, and basically that's what it says. Well, Ukraine needs some security guarantees at this point, and maybe United States, UK, and maybe Poland will, step in, but they're afraid to step in. Yes, expert, because they know that once they step in, they have to act. All right? If they have to act, that's going to open the door for the Russians to hit them directly. That's not what they want. They don't want to fight with the Russians directly. They want to fight with the Russians from distance using other people. Right, but the expert is obviously looking at this little thing. He mentions Sweden and Norway, who are a country that were guaranteed security. They were guaranteed a security by NATO member states because they were in the process of, they applied for NATO membership. So if a country is in the process of, becoming a member state of NATO, then supposedly NATO can do that, can offer them some guarantees. I think it's per country. But with Ukraine, obviously they're all afraid to do that. But this guy continues to say that Ukraine needs security guarantees. So, here, the new Voice of Ukraine, April 23rd, 2023. Expert says security guarantees from US, UK are vital for Ukraine ahead of NATO membership. Well, they could be vital, but they will not move. It says specific NATO countries are ready to provide security guarantees to Ukraine to some extent. That extent is we don't want bombs to fall on our territory, which are currently roughly defined between Kiev and these specific countries. So, Romaniuk said, referring mainly to the United States and the UK in an interview with Radio New Voice, probably, or I don't know what it is, on April 23. He said, for example, NATO countries individually, not under the alliance, have guaranteed the security of Sweden and Finland until they join NATO. They guaranteed their security. The United States, UK, the Baltic states, Poland, Norway, which were NATO members at the time, also guaranteed their security. Now, the North Atlantic Alliance, cannot guarantee the security of a country that is not a member of NATO and is not even in the process of being admitted to NATO, like Finland and Sweden are today. Therefore, NATO, as an institution, will certainly not provide such a guarantee to Ukraine. This is 1000% certain, not even 100. Romaniuk said security guarantees for Ukraine will be adopted by individual countries at the level of national legislation. We need, and I'm quoting, we need a guarantee from at least 2 countries. So here he's not an expert anymore. He just becomes an activist. And Romaniuk sounds a little bit Ukrainian, if you know what I mean. That yuk. The United States and UK first and foremost. The Poles, I also think, will eventually join in if this is considered on real basis. I think the Baltic countries will do the same. They are already, in essence, give us the largest share of military budget. Latvia provides Ukraine with 52 to 53% of all funds Latvia has allocated to defense. So, this Romaniuk, or whatever his name is, he's right about it. But he ignores the situation on the territory. They will not do it, because that means they can be hit. What do you mean I guarantee you? I guarantee you that what? Do you think it's a Second World War? You think it's the same thing as they got Hitler? Right? Is that how it is? In 1939, in the 1st of September? Remember? The Germans invaded Poland from the west. The Soviets invaded Poland from the east. Who provided guarantees to Poland? 2 countries. It was France and Great Britain. They declared war to Germany, but they did not declare war to Soviet Union. Why is that? I mean, you know what I mean? A deal is a deal. Anyway, that was, again, they intervened, and that was a different story then. It's not the same as now, when you have atomic nuclear weapons and so on, you can up if you want. So it's a little bit trickier now. But anyway, there will be no security guarantees, I guarantee you that, because none of these countries will dare to stick their neck inside. They would have done right now. It's one year and what? Almost 2 months. And there's 2 months. 1 year and 2 months, and Poland did not dare to do anything. Did not move anything like, oh, okay, we're gonna go and send our army and fight. No. I wonder why. The order was not given. Are you crazy? You want to be eradicated? And as I said many times before, I don't think Russia will have any patience with Poland. But Poland, with the Baltic states, this will be countries that will be eradicated, not conventional eradication. It's going to be, nuclear eradication, unfortunately, because they talk too much, and I think the Russians are just, do it. Come on, man, do it. I hope we don't get that point. I hope it doesn't happen, obviously, but crazies are everywhere. The problem is if they're unchecked or they are listened to. Because, for instance, I guarantee you that if Obama, President of the United States of America says, okay, let's attack Russia right now, I think he would be overridden many times, overridden many times before that's going to happen. He can push the buttons, he can insert the codes that he was given to insert. That will not work. If Biden wants right now to start a nuclear war with Russia, for instance, I guarantee you that will not happen. There will be a malfunction somewhere. You know what I mean? The general's going to say, don't plug it in, man. Let him put those codes. Nothing happens. Why? They're not plugged in, man. The contact is not in. I think that's why. And the generals are staying over there around the table and look at this. Let's look at the idiot. You want to probably watch it on a monitor. Biden. And the guy's like, should we do it? Do it? No, not yet. No. All right. I think that's what it is. That's what I think it really is. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Security guarantees? Nah. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. That should have been probably given before February 24th, 2022, maybe to Russia and Ukraine. And all this would have been avoided, but hey, where is no, how is that? Where is no will, there's no way or something? I know you know what I mean. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just, my friends.